Hi guys, my name is Christina and welcome to my channel. On this channel we'll talk about comics, about how to draw and write them, and also this is the channel where I've been absent for a very long time, and I wanted to have this video where I'm gonna talk to you about it a little bit, what I've been up to, what my thoughts are about this channel, what I want to do, all the good stuff. No life updates per se, because I'm not that type of YouTuber. I'm not gonna talk about my personal life. I might talk to you about my professional life and whatnot, but you know, it's not gonna be that video. We are really about comics here, and I think I'm sharing with you my comic process and my art process, and this is intimate enough, so I will not be sharing anything else. But I want to share with you my thoughts about just YouTube, creating videos, creating content, where I'm at with that, and just overall all of this good stuff. Because originally I decided to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to use, yes, my comic and talk about my comics, but ultimately I wanted to create a YouTube channel that is working, that is successful, that, you know, I never want to start something and, you know, not do my best to make it do its best. I'm not that type of person, you know, like there's a lot of YouTubers out there that will say, oh, even if my YouTube videos were not successful, even if my YouTube wouldn't bring me money, I still would do it. I'm not that person. If it's not working, I don't want to waste my time on that. So my original thought was like that I want to create a YouTube channel, and using this YouTube channel, I want to have another source of eyes streaming to my comic. Was one goal, but also I'm still very passionate about talking about art, about my comics, how to draw, how to create it. This is another thing that I am very passionate about, and I thought I can combine the two and at the same time talk about what I really want to talk about my passion, share my experience of creating comics, because really in my environment there is nobody who is creating comics. I'm just alone on my own here. And at the same time, I thought it can help kind of attract people to my comic as well, and kind of use YouTube to as another stream of viewers coming in. So that was my goal. I decided to start it and take it very seriously from the very beginning and do my absolute best, and see how it goes. And I gave myself a goal of 3 years. So this is what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna work on this for 3 years, and I'm gonna see where my channel is gonna be in 3 years, and this is when I will decide if I want to continue with that or not. And I started doing that, and for some of you who've been here from the very beginning, I mean like 3 years ago, whatnot, it really, I think I started right in the end of 2019, because 2019 was not my favorite year. It was like a very funky year, and I thought that I can make a lemonade out of that lemon that 2019 was, and it was my way of also taking control over what is happening, so that I can create my own YouTube channel and do things with it. So who've been there from the very beginning, I said that I started a YouTube channel and I started posting, and I posted every week, and then I switched to posting twice a week, and then I switched to posting 3 times a week, and I was consistent with everything that I was doing. And I was creating videos, I would batch film them, I would create a lot of content. I would do videos when I just standing and talking to you. I would create videos where I do kind of voiceovers. This is where I really fell in love with voiceovers, because I was also recording my comic for Patreon, and I thought, well, if I do a voiceover, it's content that I can use in a lot of ways. Like I can talk over some fragments of me drawing and also get a lot of information out there while putting less work. Because if I'm standing and talking, I need to set up the lights, I need to, you know, put clothes that are not my home clothes, and from there I have to actually, you know, record, edit, create a thumbnail that I have to chop myself, put myself on a nice background, whatever, put links, a lot of stuff that comes into it. So I started doing that. So you definitely saw that I started doing this and I meant it. And as I was doing that, a couple of things started to happen. Or there are a couple of things that didn't happen. And one of these is that I was doing it for 1 year, and then I started rolling on the second year, and I realized that views don't really grow. and nothing much is really happening. I would upload videos constantly. I thought my videos were decent quality, not like in a sense that information that I give, but questionable, but I hope it's good. But at least I can tell that, you know, the sound is good, like the quality of the video itself is good, like visually it's good camera, good background, like it's not crappy quality in that sense, like it doesn't hurt your eyes to watch and doesn't hurt your ears to watch, and you can hear. So and the viewers stayed like 20 to 30 views, and I was starting to not feel demotivated. I'm still motivated about talking what I want to talk about, but I was definitely demotivated and putting the certain amount of work and getting absolutely nothing. I mean, I'm not saying that views that I did have and people who comment were nothing. I really appreciate every comment that I got, and a lot of comments that I did get were very, very nice and interesting, and I loved replying and I loved talking to you in the comments. But at the same time, just the amount of work and the time that I was putting in. My dog is eating a bone. Give me a second. Sorry, I cannot have it right now. I'll give it to you in 10 minutes. It's just the amount of time and amount of effort that I would be putting in would not equal at all, not only the feedback not the feedback, but results that I would get. It also wouldn't equal the growth. I would see absolutely no growth. There was one video that took off, and this is the video where I would recommend the books for drawing, which video I do agree this video I believe is valuable. It was very honest video. I talked about the books that helped me, and I'm sorry, I'm just petting my dog with this arm. Right? So cute. And I think these books were great recommendations. The video is called I don't know how the video is called, but it's about drawing anatomy and the books that can teach you to draw anatomy. Now my dog is crawling under the bed. In this video got a lot of traction, and usually what it means algorithm wise, that if I create more videos of the same nature, that these videos will also do good. Basically now if I want to kind of utilize people that are coming in, I have to continue creating content that is like this video, but I don't have content like this video anymore. I had recommendation for 3 books. I made the videos, that's it. I do not have recommendation for any other books. Really, that's it. The rest I learned without the books and all the other ways. So that was kind of like, yeah, I mean, YouTube algorithm, you really didn't get the point of this channel, but it's okay. And yeah, and then it was really kind of felt demotivating, in the sense that the time that I have in a day is limited. I have freelance that I do have full-time job, and my full-time job consists of 2 jobs. I'm a med painting supervisor for VFX company. We're doing visual effects for movies. I have my own team there that I have to manage, and there's a lot of responsibility connected with that job. And at the same time, I do branding and marketing for my company globally. And we're filming behind the scenes, we're on the set, we're doing interviews, we're creating logos, creating graphics, creating a lot of content, a lot of internal documents, internal presentations for clients and whatnot. So you can see that job is also very important. So my day job is super fun. Super awesome and super diverse, and I really like how I can do both like different things at my day job, but at the same time it takes a lot of time. And obviously I have my comic that I do and that I'm very passionate about, and that I consider my life work, and really something that I love and something that is important to me and something that I came to this life to do. And you know, at this point you add YouTube, and I thought, well, again, as I said in the beginning of the video, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You also attract people to your comic, which is a constant thing that I'm working on, to just get more people to get to know about my comic, to learn about it, to read it, to hopefully enjoy it, and, you know, to expose my comic to more readers. So hopefully the readers who would love story like that would find it and would connect with this. So, and at the same time, I can talk about what I love. So, but also creating YouTube videos takes a lot of time, and the time that it takes is the time that I use to draw my comic. And if it does not pay off, I immediately start thinking, well, my comic is way more important. If I connect YouTube to actually making my comic is the most important thing in my life versus YouTube. It's just one of like ways for me to improve, like help out my comic to get views and get readers to it. So yeah, I definitely got demotivated. And not like demotivated, it's not just like, oh, I have no motivation. It's just logical. I was like, there's no sense for me to spend time right now doing these videos that gonna you know, get 20 views and nothing else. And there's no sign of the progression over the videos. I'd rather draw my comic, which I love doing and which is the most important thing to do. I kind of stopped creating videos, but at the same time, I still want to talk about all of things that are comic and drawing related. Another thing that was happening while I was creating a lot of videos to kind of create a content, I figured, okay, if I have a certain amount of videos per week and I'm being consistent with that and I continue posting the same amount of videos weekly, it's just better for algorithm for YouTube to get views back to me. Unfortunately, I mean, first of all, didn't really work, but at the same time I had to really, it means that I'm talking about things, like I do love talking about these things, but I have to now really go, instead of like what I really want to talk about right now, it's more like, okay, I have to have 3 videos out and I have to talk about 3 topics this week. Okay, what I can talk about. And it's not like I'm not interested, but it's like less fun process than, you know, actually just being like, I really want to talk about this thing because I'm thinking about it while creating, like drawing this scene, and I would really want to talk about that. Instead of that and me being passionate and talking about this passionately and enjoying my time, it's more like forcing myself to get things out and just opening kind of the box of like things I like talking about and just grabbing it quickly. And it's almost not utilizing the opportunity for me to talk about these fun things because I want to talk about this. Like, it's more about I have to talk about them now, right now, and like I have to about 3 about those things in a row to batch record videos. So yeah, that was started being less and less fun. At the same time, I personally, like, that's my personal thing. When I do something, I really want to do the best job I can, and I'm not specifically thinking about like just everybody have to love it, like, or it has to be better than this guy's is, whatever. I like to think if I'm doing it, at least it has to be good quality in aspects that make it what it is. So when I was doing a YouTube video, I would be thinking, hey, it consists out of audio and video, so I need to make sure both are good quality. So I would make sure I have the good equipment, I have the good microphone, and you know, everything would be set up properly. I would have good video, so it's a good camera that, you know, has good quality, and at the same time I would make sure, you know, something is interesting happening on the screen itself, so it would have this colorful lights behind, and just make sure it's interesting to look at, the camera is nice, the capture is good, and that would take time to set up. I would have to set up 4 lights here in my small place that I live in, and I would have to set it all up, plan it all through, and and once it's all set up, I have to record more than 1 video, because to set it all up takes time, to remove it all and put it back takes time, and then there's no place for me to put these lights away. I would have to just find a corner when I put these lights where they're set up on a certain height, because if I have to set up on them on the certain height every time, it would take a very long time to set up for a shoot. So I would just have them half assembled, standing somewhere, and it would always bulk up my place, and it always would like create, I don't know, it would stand here in the corner. Like, my place would look like a porn set, because I have a bed and like video equipment all around it. It wasn't the vibe, it just was messing around with my interior design. And I don't know, it's just created this, not like mess, because it's not a mess, but it's just something that's always on the way. So that would also pressure me, and it's just weird. So, okay, like Christina, wow, we've been rambling for 10-15 minutes at this point. Can you get to the point? So the point is, I still want to talk about comics. I still want to talk about what I want to talk. I still want to talk about everything that has to do with creating a comic, about writing, about drawing, about characters, about the plot, about all the different drawing techniques that I use, about things that nobody talks about. Like, I have a whole video about bubbles that all the people made fun of, because it's like, you made a whole video about bubbles and how it's important. It is important. I want to make videos about some character development and about story structures, but like what I want to say, and what I want to say, the story structures that, you know, keep bombarding you, like that Western literature bombards you, it's not it. Like, it's not it. Like, everybody treats like all this story structures as this the law. It's not. It's just somebody came up with the most marketable thing, and then, you know, everybody now repeats it, and it's so boring. It's just a Western thing, to be honest. It's not, stories are not structured like that outside of the West, really. So I just want to talk about how you don't have to follow the structures. You don't have to follow what most commercial. You can do whatever the hell you want with your story. You have to have fun. You have to enjoy your art. You have to enjoy your characters. You have to do you and just make the best out of it, and just enjoy and don't listen to anybody. And I want to talk about all of this, and I'm passionate about this still, as you are. I always will be, because this is what I do, and this is just who I am. I love that shit. So yes, I still want to be doing videos, and I still will be. I just have to find the new way of making them. And this video is also like a trial. I'm doing this YouTuber thing when you have to find a place with a good window and you have the natural light, you know, it's just that thing. I figured I don't want to set up all the lights. I want to have a quick access to filming. If I want to film, I want to film. And now that we're all working from home, I don't have just the hours of the night to film. I'm home anytime. I can have a lunch break at work. I can sit here and record a video using the sunlight from my window, because I have very good window. There is nothing blocking. My view is directed to Lake Ontario, so that's fantastic. So yeah, let's try this new format. So I have to really make it easier for me, and I have to become less aware of, you know, the quality. I still want to put out good information, but it has to be easy for me to make. And, you know, I've been posting my comic. I haven't been like a YouTuber for a long time, blah blah. So I cannot speak to the comments that YouTubers get. But I've been online with my comic for a very long time. I've been posting my comic online and my art online, not just my comic, my art online for maybe 10 plus years. And I am used to comments, the crazy comments that I get. I used to them because I would get them through posting my art, not necessarily posting myself. And I think I'm more vulnerable about posting my art and my story than myself. Like, what you can say about me, like, come on, something about my appearance, something about me being a woman, blah blah, whatever. I don't care about these comments. What I care about are the comments, if they're negative, that I get about my story, because it's my story. It's what's inside, right? It's more personal, more intimate thing. So I think, like I'm just explaining, that these comments do count when they're negative. Even it's not about you, it's still about even more who you are. So at this point, comments don't get to me except one type of comments. Like, I don't care about the comments say, oh, your story is shit, your story is boring, your story is horrible, you drew it badly, blah blah, you're stupid, you're ugly. I mean, they don't post it under my art, but like, that's bad page, like, your art is going downhill, you're degrading, like, as an artist, I like all these comments. I don't care. The only comment that I am always like comments when people say, oh, you could do also this, kind of like this, if you add this to what you're doing, that can improve. And for example, in YouTube case, like, oh, when you're talking about your, you know, this thing of your comic, we would like to see the pages. Or if you're talking about how you're drawing this, we would like to see the video, kind of B-roll of you doing this. You know, all of that stuff. When people ask for addition to improve quality, to that add value and that entertainment level, these comments get to me, because they give me stress. Because I agree, that would be better, 100%, that would be better. Like, if somebody suggests me something that would make my work better or what I produce better, I want that. I do want to make better things. I want to have it to the best quality ever. But also I know that if I do that, it will take even more time from my day, even more time from my comic, even more, like, to make one video, it will take even longer to produce it. and I already think it's taken a long time for not like for the results that I want. So this is the hardest thing to ignore, and I have to go a little bit back in quality, I suppose, in like the content value, richness, whatever. So I probably will not be doing cutaways. I will not be doing crazy things. I will be talking to you about the comics, about the writing, about the storytelling, about all of these things that I always talk to you about. I will continue, but I'm just gonna do it in a more manageable way, even though it's still difficult for me for my work, for the part that I'm doing marketing and branding. We film interviews, for example. I just give you one example, and I might do cutaways for this particular part so you understand. So I work, as I said, in visual effects company, and our company has a couple of LED walls that you're probably familiar how Mandalorian was shot, or how Star Trek Discovery was shot, or Star Trek Strange New Worlds was shot with this LED wall. This is what our company has, and our company worked on Star Trek Discovery and Star Trek Strange New Worlds, so we were using these walls. We have three, one very huge one here in Toronto, and smaller one in Toronto, and otherwise in Vancouver, where The Last Airbender is being shot. So this is also our wall that they're using. So this is what our company has. And when there was an event that we did with Directors Guild of Canada, where 8 Canadian directors filmed 8 short films on our smallest wall in Toronto, and I was capturing that event. We were filming a lot of B-roll of people actually filming, and we were doing interviews of directors, DPs, hair and makeup, actors, directors, all of them, and people, members of DGC, Directors Guild of Canada. And because it's like our company obviously does VFX for major movies and very expensive TV shows, and this was Directors Guild of Canada. Videos that we produce are extremely high quality. The equipment that we film at is extremely expensive, and the setups that we do is extremely, we make it very good quality. It's the point. So I am used to filming something that is this amazing quality, and I have to produce the content that we can post, and that, you know, like people who are involved in filming TV shows and movies are okay with, directors and filmmakers are cool with, and my company that produces VFX for these movies is cool with. Like, I have to produce this quality of the content, and it's good quality videography, and it's good quality, you know, interviews and talking. Basically, it's a YouTube video, but like high production. You know, when you have element of talking, element of person sitting, element of background, whatever, and then you have B-roll. So I am aware how to do very good quality of what I'm doing here on YouTube. And it's tripping me up to then go home and do my own video that I'm downgrading the quality in every aspect, in every way. And it's just... for somebody who loves quality and somebody who wants to do the best things possible that comes out of my hands and produced by me, I also always want to make them good quality. So for me, it trips me up to go to work and do like AAA quality for the same type of content, and then go back home and do it for myself and like a worse type of quality. So yeah, it's tripping me up, also affecting me. Yeah, it's always a challenge for me to just chill and focus on it just being done rather than it's being perfect. And this is advice that I do try to follow for myself and for the comic. Like, it's very important for me to make it done, but even for my comic, I keep trying to step up and do it a better job. I'm really in rambling territory right now. I should probably wrap this video up, but I hope you understood the point. I just want to still continue doing the content that I want, how I want it, whenever I want it, the way I want it, but the same type of content in terms of information, but it's gonna be a little bit chill on the production side, and probably I gotta chill a little bit myself. I'm not gonna try to, you know, edit this very crazily. Like, I will not cut everything out. I will just make them more relaxed, something that is easy to produce and easy to edit and upload. Yeah, and I will be probably more myself, less preppy, stand up and let's talk about it type of thing, just more chill back, just more laid back, relaxed. So hopefully it's okay with you. If it's not okay with you, I mean, I'm probably gonna upload this video, it's gonna be like 2 views. That's the update for today. Thank you so much guys for watching. Thanks for showing up. Hope you're doing great. Leave a comment down below if you made it to the end of this video. You're a true champion if you did. And I hope to see you in the next one, whatever that will be.